Hey everyone, and welcome to another SEO tutorial. This one is about GIMP and images and how to add the GPS so that you get a better SEO, so that you have a better chance of your images getting ranked and helping your online presence, right? Getting those first page search results. Right, here is a great way to do it is by adding the GPS information so that Google knows where this is going on, where to add it. All right. So this version of the tutorial is the free version. If you would like a more in-depth tutorial with all the applications, where to put this, how to get it inside of all those different sites that you might not have thought of that helps your online presence, you can come on over to BTFOOM.com and you can become a member. We build member tutorials for only $5 a week. So it's very affordable. That price is as of October 2019. Also works with certain discounts, okay, that you can get that lower rate. So this tutorial is the free version. If you're a member, then you should be really looking over inside of your email, and that'll help you to get to the member version with all of those juicy details and all the applications. Okay, so how do we actually do this? First, this is GIMP, G-I-M-P, GIMP, and it's a photo editor. We've done some other videos on this before, and I'll put links down in the description, or you can go ahead and come over to the BTFOOM YouTube channel, and you can find that playlist. All right. So the first one we'll do is what version we are in, and the version we are in for this GIMP is 2.10.12. All right, and this does work in other versions, but that's the version we're going to be working with today. And of course, I went out and I imported an image, and let's just say for sake of argument today that we are a car repair place in a given town, and we want to be able to add that GPS. Now, you can get the GPS turned on. Just to give you an idea, you may not have to do this if on your phone you turn GPS on. You can also get it with some higher end cameras to be able to have GPS printed right into the image. So you may not have to do this. So let's check if it's even there. First thing we'll do is we'll come up here to the image drop down. We'll left click on that. We'll come down to metadata and we'll say view metadata. Okay. And we won't go through all of these. It would take us quite a while to get through what all they are. But the EXIF in this case has the most. I'll just scroll through it real quick and show you. Right, there's an awful lot of data that comes into an image when it's taken. Okay, and the XMP and okay, and we'll go ahead and put the IPTC. All right, nothing in there for this. All right, so what we really want to do is come in. That's the view of it. But what we want to do is to be able to edit it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and click close. An image. This time when we come down to metadata, we're going to say edit metadata. And to save time, I've gone ahead and filled these out for you. Right? It's another good helpful thing to do SEO is to go ahead and put your keywords in here. Right? You can guess all these. As we said, the representation would be, say, for a car repair, and you can put your town in. Right? That's going to help you out there. Right? IPTC, of course, you can fill this out as well. I've just thrown this in, and we'll get all the way over to really what we're trying to do. So in this case, I've gone ahead and put the GPS data in. But what might be hard for you is to say, oh, well, how do I get that GPS data if I don't have it? Well, let's go over to the internet, to Google, and we'll see how that's done. Okay, so here we are inside of Google Maps, right? Maps.google.com. Now, how did we get to this information? Well, first thing we did is we searched for the Washington Monument. I just wanted some place that was public. And then on this, we'll right click again, right click when our mouse is in the place we want. We right click and we click on what's here, left click. Okay, and that gives us these coordinates. When we click on them, left click, here comes up all that juicy information that we need, right? It tells us the latitude, longitude in both the degrees and both the long version and the short version. So we'll go ahead and copy these, and that's how I got these back over into GIMP. Now, one more thing that you'll want to know is how to get the altitude if you want to put that in, and I'll show you how to do that. Okay, and no surprise, we went over to Google and we simply put in the town name and the word altitude, and this came up. Now, you might be able to find this in many different places There are different sites, whether you go down here to Wikipedia or whether you scroll down and see the different places that will allow for elevation for that given area. So that's a great way to go ahead and get it. And the one thing that you want to be careful of is if it is in feet or meters. And of course this one is 125 meters. All right. You don't have to add the elevation or the altitude to an image, but it's a great thing, right? It can help more in the future. So it's a good idea. All right, let's go back over to GIMP and we'll see how to put this in. Here we are back inside of GIMP. And if we go to the top and see the image and then come down to metadata, and this time we're going to edit metadata. And if we jump over to the GPS tab here, we'll see I've already done this for us. Go ahead and put in the longitude, and of course you also have to have the reference of west, and the same thing for latitude. And here's where we go ahead and put in that altitude. Right, we'll make sure that we're in the right meters, right? Meters or feet. Make sure that you put in the right one, and of course it's above sea level. Then we go ahead and say write metadata here on the bottom right. All right, now that we have it written, let's go ahead and we will right-click, File, and we'll export. Okay, so when we click export, up comes this, and the important part from an SEO standpoint and from the GPS standpoint is that we have these turned on. We definitely want to save that data because we just put it in there, right? So we want to make sure that these are checked, or in this case X'd. Right? There's a whole nother concept about quality of size and SEO, and that's a much longer and also a member video for BTFOOM. If you make, but the long and the short of this is that if a quality is too high on an image, the problem is that Google will ding your website because it takes too long to load. And of course, if you make that image too small, right, then Google says, oh, that's a low quality image. We won't rank that very high, so it doesn't help your website as much. There are some sweet spots there, and we have worked those out. But again, that's more of a proprietary thing for BTFOOM members. All right, I hope that this helps. You can come on over to BTFOOM if you have any questions and get us on the contact page. All right, but it's just as simple as go ahead and clicking export. All right, that goes ahead and adds the GPS data to your image. Let's take a look at that. So again, inside of GIMP, we'll come over to image on the top. We'll left click that, come all the way down to metadata, and this time we'll do view metadata. All right, and it's inside of the EXIF tab if it's not already highlighted. And we'll scroll down. It's usually pretty close to the bottom. Yeah, here we go. So if you look, you'll see that GPS, okay, there's the altitude that we put in, 161 meters roughly. The latitude, right, and the latitude reference of north, the longitude in degrees, minutes, seconds, and also the reference. All right, so we can see that that image, the GPS data is input and imprinted into that image, right? So we've got what we want. All right, I hope this helps in getting a little bit more of your feet wet and how to help in your SEO of images. Again, if you'd like more help with these, you can always come over to btfoom.com. You can look in the description below the video for more helpful hints and information, like how to go ahead and get GIMP. Again, GIMP is free. It runs on all three, both Linux, Mac, and Windows. It is free. It's very close to and powerful to the other pay image editors, but this one is actually free. You can get it at gimp.org. All right, I hope this helps.